But are you guys finding it harder to be grateful to live another day, to experience life, to experience new people, new places? Is it not important anymore? What's keeping a lot of us in these funks? Welcome back to the channel. This is Can I Be Earnest? For those of you who are new to the channel, when I'm not making videos of interest, I'm usually doing social commentary. Why? Seems like everyone else is. Let's get right to it. I don't know how many of you are into astronomy or astrology or whatever having to do with the stars, the sun, the moon. So apparently the moon is in the Aries season. I don't know what that means. Maybe someone can enlighten me. But apparently the new moon will create some kind of moods, some kind of anxieties, angst, annoyance. And they say it's good to engage in some type of activity that you favor, one of your favorite hobbies, just to kind of shake it off, because you're going to have these unexpected mood swings and different type of emotions. And trust and believe, I'm feeling it. Personally, I don't know if I can attribute it to just that, but there's something going on. I'm noticing just a shift. And perhaps some of you guys can relate. It's not necessarily anger, but it's an annoyance. I don't know if it has anything to do with the upcoming election or just the state of the unknown, just not knowing what's next. I don't know if there's ever been a time in history where human beings felt this anxious about whatever's going on in their lives. Lack of friendships, lack of relationships, lack of money, lack of social acceptance, the lack of jobs, whatever. It just seems like everything has spiked. And this has nothing to do with 4 years ago. To me, this is something that has escalated over time. Just this sudden angst of the unknown. You know, if you're a young person, you know, a lot of it is acceptance and trying to fit in and gain followers and subscribers. And if you're an older person, some of us are keeping up with the young people or trying to. Others just have this anxiety of just the unknown. We don't know what's next. And there's many of us who are just calm. You know, we take one day at a time. For me, I suffer from the change in seasons. Once it gets colder, my whole mood shifts. I'm not a fan of the cold. I'm not a fan of snow, none of that stuff. It's all pretty to look at. And I do love autumn for the trees and the leaves and all that stuff. But once the weather gets too cold for me, I can feel it. And I'm thinking it has something to do with my sudden mood shift. But it just feels like there's something in the air, something creating a downer. I don't know if it has to do with the next 3 weeks, because personally, I've encountered multiple upon multiple presidents, and I've never felt this way. I don't know if it has to do with just the state of the world, the economy, the state of the country. It's something. There's a little of everything sprinkled into these mood shifts. I have a video on here where I'm talking about friendships. I think friendships can add to this, or the lack thereof. You know, just these days, as you get older, maybe not having someone to talk to. If you've lost a loved one, not having them anymore in your life to talk to about whatever, because you don't want to just talk about every personal thing you're going through with a friend. Sometimes you don't want to talk about it with family. You don't know if they really have your best interest at heart, or they're just there to listen and just maybe talk about you behind your back, whatever the case may be. But there's an obvious shift going on, and it may not affect everyone. There's a good chance some of you are watching and are perfectly okay. Your finances are good, you're healthy, your family's good, you're getting ready for a vacation, you like the winter time or the fall. Some of you guys are A-okay with this. But there's something to it. There's something about this moon stuff and human beings. It's interesting, you know, maybe it's because humans are consumed with primarily water. And you know how the full moon affects water. You know, if you ever watch an ocean or a sea and there's a full moon, the tides are high and there's always some type of unrest in the seas. It's very fascinating when you think about it, but it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that you're feeling some unrest right now. You're feeling moody, annoyed. Every little thing's bothering you. Every little person, that you look at pisses you off. It's not a coincidence. It can't be. It can't be. I know some people say they don't believe in coincidences, and maybe there's a small percentage of coincidences being real. But this right here, the human experience, dealing with the elements, dealing with cosmic shifts and everything going on up there, can't be. It can't be, because too many people feel this way. You can scroll through YouTube. Too many people are making videos about emotions and feelings, and it's not all because it's trendy. I don't think it's all having to do with it's the trend thing and they're trying to catch the algorithm. I think a lot of people are legitimately going through some type of emotional crisis. You could be unhappy with your weight. You could be unhappy with your gains. You could be unhappy with foods. It's just so much. And I don't know if there was ever a time in history where people felt this bothered. Maybe it's because we have so many platforms to discuss topics these days, as opposed to back in the days, where you would really just have friends and family to talk to. Once the internet opened up, it allowed for more. But just I'm noticing a change. I'm noticing a shift. At times I can feel uneasy about it. They say it's best to tap in with nature during these times. Take some long walks in the park, hike if you can, just get grounded, to avoid the feeling or to alleviate the feeling. I don't know how long the feeling lasts, but it's one I don't remember experiencing when I was younger. I don't remember being 20 and 21 and feeling the mood shifts that I feel now. When you're younger, your concerns might be just more so the relationship part, or maybe wanting to have your own spot, or getting some money, getting a job. But it was very limited compared to now. It seems like when you're older, you're more on chill mode, but it's easy to fall into that trap of just being annoyed. So in closing, I'm just curious to know if there's anyone else out here feeling a shift that you didn't feel months ago or weeks ago. Is something going on, or perhaps it's just me? I'm very in tune with self. I'm very in tune with my surroundings, and it caught me off guard. And I said, let me make a video because maybe there's someone out here feeling the same way who can connect. We have a lot to be excited for. Each day there's new life. For many of us, each day is a new experience, a new opportunity. So we have a lot to be grateful for. But are you guys finding it harder to be grateful to live another day, to experience life, to experience new people, new places? Is it not important anymore? What's keeping a lot of us in these funks? What are you seeking? Just things that pop up every now and then in your head that, some people may be afraid to make videos about or discuss openly. But I'm curious to know.